Bruce Willis was actually dead the whole time. If you've never seen the 1999 psychological thriller The Sixth Sense, that sentence doesn't mean much to you at all.
I see dead people.
But for those of you who have, you know that this was one of the biggest plot twists in movie history. It helped make The Sixth Sense the second highest grossing movie of that year, and it earned it 6 Oscar nominations, including Best Director and Best Original Screenplay. But without watching the movie, without seeing the twists, the characters, the emotional buildup, that spoiler, it's just empty information without any context.
We just thought his wife wasn't talking to him for like a year. That made more sense to us than him possibly being dead.
The same thing happens when a buyer walks into your model home and immediately asks, "What builder incentives do you offer?" They're jumping straight to the end. They're asking for the price or the deal without first understanding the value and experience that comes before it. And spoiler alert, knowing the incentives up front doesn't mean much if they haven't seen what your home has to offer.
I'm sorry you don't understand what I'm offering here.
As a sales trainer, I hear this concern all the time from sales professionals across the country. They'll say, "Buyers come in and they're asking me about builder incentives almost instantly, comparing me to all the other builders before we even begin the discovery process." If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. This can be incredibly frustrating, especially if you aren't the lowest price in your market. But instead of feeling stuck, let's talk about how to navigate this conversation and defer the price and terms to its appropriate place after the buyer has identified a home that actually works for them. We can do this in an easy 3-step strategy. Step 1, always start with empathy. Buyers today are navigating a whirlwind of uncertainty. Interest rates are fluctuating. They're bombarded with marketing messages about price reductions and incentives. It's only natural for them to want to know upfront if they're getting a good deal. So when your customer asks about incentives right away, don't get defensive, and also don't try to justify your prices too early. Instead, just empathize with them. You could say, "I'm so glad you asked. When I'm shopping, I want to make sure I'm getting the best value for my money too." This shows them that you're on their side. Step 2, offer transparency. Buyers today crave straightforwardness, not a runaround. Give them a clear, honest answer without any secrecy. You might say, "We offer an incredible value here. Every one of our homes has a closing cost incentive when you use our preferred lender. And after that, the price will vary depending on the home site, and the time frame that works best for you and your family. Let's find what works best for you first, and then I'll give you the best possible price for that home. Sound good?" This approach builds trust, and it positions you as a transparent, customer-focused professional. Now, step 3. Finally, get back on track. After answering their question, it's important to seamlessly guide the conversation back to your discovery. It's like hiking. Sometimes you take a detour, but you always return to the main path. You might say, "Great. Now I just need to ask you a couple of quick questions to point you in the right direction, okay?"
Just point me in the right direction.
This ensures that you're still driving that conversation and discovering their needs. That way you can find the right solution for them. All right, all strung together now. The customer would say, "What are your incentives?" And you're going to answer back, "I'm so glad you asked. When I'm shopping, I want to make sure I'm getting the best value for my money too. And we offer incredible value here. Every one of our homes has a closing cost incentive when you use our preferred lender, but the final price will depend on the home site, and time frame that's best for you and your family. So let's find what works for you first, and then I'll give you the best possible price on that home. Sound good?" Great. Now I just need to ask you a couple quick questions to point you in the right direction, okay? One final thought. Confidence is contagious. Buyers are looking for their cues from you. If you stay confident in your pricing, product, and your process, you'll instill that same confidence in them. In the end, you're not just selling a home. You're offering peace of mind in a decision that will change their lives. And remember, there's no such thing as a good incentive on a home that doesn't work for your customer. So remember, leading with empathy, offering transparency, and keeping the conversation focused on that discovery, you can turn that tough question about incentives into a powerful moment of connection for your buyers.